Soundstrap.
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstrap.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through.
All right, welcome back to the XandOSports Show. I'm your host, Ricky G. Stanley, and tonight we got our good fellows Donovan and Ron back. Unfortunately, my picks last week, I went 2-2. I went across, I think, starting off with the Titans game, stated that the Titans defense would get out to Joe Burrow and make a difference. They did. Sacked him 9 times, 1 turnover, as I predicted. However, Ryan Tannehill, unfortunately, sold his crew out like Paul Crew from the the last yard.
Longest yard.
I feel like he had gambling debts, and he blew it. He blew it. 9 sacks. I've never seen a quarterback take 9 sacks, hold his composure, and still win a game. Congrats to the Bengals. But how did you guys pick go for the first game? Did it go as predicted?
I mean, mine did.
No, not entirely, because even though I was pulling for Cincy, I still expected the Titans to win the game.
Yeah.
So it was more of like my pick was solely just, this is what I want to happen, not what I expect to happen. But to Joe Burrow credit, my man got ice in his veins, son.
Yeah, you do. Joey's a bad man.
Joey B.
Especially get sacked 9 times.
Oh, I'm saying they wore his butt out.
Yes, sir. They wore him out.
I remember I watched him play at LSU the year before he won the title, and he takes a shot, gets dropped, and flags everywhere, and he gets up, looks at the guy, and gets right back in the huddle. He didn't complain, none of that. I'm like, this dude is tough. Now that was one play, but I think it was in a bowl game against was it UCF? I think that was him. Yeah, there was a year that they weren't that good. But
was he there that year?
It's probably his first year.
Yeah, it was his first year. He came out of Ohio State, and like he didn't play bad, but it was just like, they was putting the team together. So seeing that guy. Say it again.
I was just saying, I didn't realize he got there a year before they went to the title game. I thought he was there just the year of the title game.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, no. Yeah, he was there. Yep.
That's why he was so.
That's my bad.
He was predicted so high because it was like, this guy got a lot of potential. He's tough, and all of a sudden, boom, But I think that Joe, he showed all that toughness against those 9 sacks. He kept getting back up. Me personally, after sack 5, I would have been yelling at somebody on the offensive line, like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, he wasn't yelling at nobody. He was just making the huddle, like, yeah.
What happens when he gets an offensive line?
That's scary. That's scary. Man.
Let's go.
Because to be honest, he was supposed to have got a tackle this year, but instead they got Jamar Chase for him. And I was like,
yeah,
would that work? I was like, I don't know. He's gonna need somebody to block for him. Hey, he figured it out. I know this year, his first pick better be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, it better be.
Luckily, I think the O-line is going to be relatively deep.
Yes.
In the first round this year, so that'll be good for them.
Yeah. The Eagles, we just lost Brooks today. He retired.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a big one. So I kind of want us to go into the mode of going to get the kid from Iowa.
Boy, you leave my boy alone. Y'all leave him alone.
He ain't going to Dallas. Don't worry.
I need him to fall to 24.
He ain't going to Seattle either. Don't worry.
He's
just move along. He can't play.
It's gonna be.
He can't play.
Man, I like him. He's.
Same.
I haven't seen the offensive lineman. He's gritty. He's humble, and he has a work ethic. I've seen a lot of guys. I can't remember. He went to the Bengals a couple of years ago. I think it was Andre Smith. Athletic, but he didn't show up. He didn't work hard, and he was out of the league in 5 years. So Let me ask you this. How did you guys feel about the 49ers and the Packers game?
Called it.
Oh my gosh. So did you actually pick the 49ers?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. It's something about the 49ers defense. I mean, you know, I don't care for any NFC West team other than Seattle, but something about their defense, man.
I
mean, how do man they rush it? They don't do nothing but rush forward.
I don't know.
They rush forward.
They're so effective. They do the little things perfect.
It's ridiculous, man.
I was heartbroken for first of all, Jimmy G. Yes, he's still a fraud. He did everything he did to give away that game, and I was like,
absolutely fraud. Jimmy G,
Aaron,
you watch this, you a fraud.
I was like, Aaron, you know, just give me one more touchdown, you know, and I see him get balled up, and I'm like, you're home. Like, okay, you know, well, he'll close the game out. Like I said, I was sick. You know, I was like, I felt like the Titans, that was gonna be a flip of a coin win. But I felt like, okay, Green Bay, that's a lock. Oh no, I'm at least going 1-1. And I went 0-2. I'm like, I was like, Aaron Rodgers was the biggest disappointment that weekend because everybody knows the arm talent, the smarts, the capability to win. But I don't know what it is about the 49ers and playing them in the playoffs. He just it's like a kryptonite. I mean, even going back to Colin Kaepernick, he lost to them in the frozen tundra.
They own him. 49ers own him in the playoffs.
I own you.
But you see how cold it was, man, in the field. You see the frost just
and
minutes.
I
mean,
those guys, I gave them credit because they were they played without sleeves. There's no way I was going to be out there without sleeves. No,
I ain't trying to be out there. Period.
Wind chill had it at 0 degrees, bro.
Nah.
My goodness.
Nobody wants to play in that. Nobody genuinely wants to play in that.
Nope.
They can be like, oh, that's football weather. That's this. That's that. Nah, man.
That's not football weather.
Don't nobody want to play in that shit.
I played in November at Northside in Jacksonville. 20-something degrees.
That ain't good football.
Flying everywhere. It hurts.
Most time it's I mean, back then it was good football because everybody ran the wing tee and pounded the ball. So like it wasn't that bad. But when you're throwing the football and trying to catch it in that type of weather,
that's what we did. We ran spread. We threw the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to throw the ball in that type of weather.
I'm saying.
Let me ask you this: with Aaron Rodgers losing, and that was the biggest disappointment, of course, his defense kept him in it. Do you feel like that's gonna damper his legacy?
No, I don't think it will.
Okay.
I don't know.
He came out and played a tough game, bro. Like he literally, to me, watching him, he played his heart out. He played his heart out.
No, so he wasn't like Paul Crew. He didn't shave any points. Okay.
Nah, he didn't shave no points. To me, he played hard, man, because they were getting after him. He was trying to make plays, and unlike other quarterbacks, he tries to get his playmaker the ball.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He was, hey, go get it. Let's do it.
There's one play that I was very upset with him just because I'm hard on quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's that deep ball to Devontae Adams, corner, and safeties over top, right? I know it's your guy. He can make that play. But if you look at the replay, he has two dudes open.
Two other guys open.
He one running the corner. He's wide by himself. And the other dude beat his guy. And he's like, when Aaron looks, nope. And he throws it to Devontae Adams. And I'm like, yes, your guy can make that play, but you know, is it really that? Are those dudes really that bad that one is open by himself and the other one is like he beat his guy, he's open, like immediately throw it to him? But
I mean, you don't at that point you don't know because the ball is so slick, it has frost on it. I mean, George Kittle was dropping balls wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he played 78 degrees, so he's I give him a pass.
But still, you got to get the ball to your playmaker. You know he can catch it. So, but yeah, I get that play was I would have thrown it to my open guy. Just
all right. Well, let me ask you this because I got helped out with this game on day 2. How you feel about the Rams winning? Like I said, Tom went down swinging. I felt like the defense played very well to get after Tom. They hit him. He had the little lip bleed or whatever he was crying about. It's football. But I felt like the Rams did everything they could to give the game away almost.
Yes, they did. They did everything to get that game away. They should have lost that game.
I was very disappointed because, like, first of all, they should have blew them out. You know, it's 20-3. You on the 3-yard line, and my running back coughed the ball up. First of all, he's supposed to have the best hands on the team because he touched the ball right off it. He coughed it up, and then you got a chance to milk the clock, and then he coughs it up again. And then you got another play, I guess, with a couple drives before that. Matthew Stafford is checking, and the center snaps it 20 yards behind him. I'm looking like,
this game is over.
I'm just glad, like, hey, if I was a Rams fan, I would have been, you know, taking shots of and without no chaser watching that game. So, I just couldn't believe it. But one game I had to eat some crow on. I did win the pick, but I have to go on air and tell this man, hey, you're all right in my book right now. The Chiefs versus the Bills. I said on the air, I said, hey, he can't do it twice. He can't be a creative player twice. Josh Allen, I'd be dog if you didn't. This dude threw 27.
Sure. Can we put some respect on this man's name, please?
Hey, he got some respect out of me. 27 of 37, 329, and 4 touchdowns. He was 1 touchdown from being like Drake going back to back for the previous week. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm watching downstairs, and I'm telling my son, I said, you know what? They're going to score on this drive. It's 4th and 9. I'm looking like, okay, let me see if he does it. And he throws a dime in the back of the end zone. I'm looking like,
boy, a rope. He looked like Scorpion. Get over here when he sent it.
Now,
I said, ain't no way. I'm in here jumping up like I'm a Bills fan in here. My wife was like, you okay?
So the funny thing about it, I was like, he messed up though. He left 2 minutes on the clock. Patrick Mahomes, bang, 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 drives all the way down. So I'm looking like, all right, is he gonna answer the bell again? And he does. I'm looking like, I know he just didn't knock the Chiefs off. I know he didn't. This, and you know, like I said, not taking anything away from Josh Allen. He has nothing to hold his head on. Like, the guy played his guts out, and he left 13 seconds on the clock. I'm looking like, this game's over. Like, right? Even with all the confidence I have in myself, I'm looking like 13 seconds. Ooh, that's cutting it close. Like, you know, we got to throw a trick play or two. But then I watched the whole 13-second series, and I see Tyreek Hill, boom, 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 get 20 yards quick. I was like, okay. And before the play is snapped, I'm yelling, Travis Kelce. Nobody's on top of him. Everybody is like, the corners are playing outside, not let anybody get out of bounds. And I'm looking like, he's open. He takes an outside step, and the corner dude that's playing outside him take another step outside. He bends it inside. And I'm looking like, if he catches this ball, they could be in field goal range. And of course, he's 6'5", and he rolls for 5 more yards. I'm looking like,
oh, straight man,
and ties it up. And I was like, man, if Josh Allen, all he needs to do is get the ball back, he's gonna break everybody's heart. And he doesn't get the ball back. And I was like, you know, that was be one of those 1-if moments. And everybody's like, oh, we need to change the overtime rules. No, we don't. You know, it's one of those days, you know, but he would go down as one of the greatest performances with a loss.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
His face was like, gotta be kidding me.
I wanted to see Buffalo and Cincinnati. I really did. Then I wouldn't know what the hell to do with myself, because I'm like, I don't want both these guys to win. To be honest, I'm like,
that would have made my picks 10 times harder if both of them played. It would have made my picks 10 times harder, man.
Yeah, that's just like you know, everything I predicted in the Titans game. I'm looking like, oh, this is gonna be great. You know, they gave the ball to Henry early. You know, the defense played well, and you know, just you know, Ryan Tannehill blew it. But
he ate Henry up.
I'm not gonna lie, I was out of my seat for the last 3 minutes of that Bills and Chiefs game, and I'm just like, you know, because I was trying to predict how it was gonna go down. I'm like, Patrick's gonna drive down, you know, no problem. But like when they went to overtime, Patrick's looking like, hey, I got to get rid of this dude. And, you know, he did what he had to do. But I did enjoy that game. And that was one of the biggest thrillers of the day, because I felt like the Rams, they had poor play and brought the Bucks back. This was just raw offense, and these guys were going at it.
Defense tired. They were just tired, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and yeah, to be running after Tyreek Hill all day. That's why I was like, when he finally broke that last one, I'm looking like, it makes sense. Dude runs 4.2. He's shaking and juking and jiving all day, and I got to run with him. Yeah, I'd have been tired too. But what everybody's been waiting for, of course, is our predictions for this week. So we're gonna start off. I'll start off with the Bengals versus the Chiefs. First of all, I feel like it's gonna be a very good game. I feel like Joe, he's gonna prove to the doubters, hey, I'm not just a regular season guy. I can win games. When it's tough, I can win them on the road. I have Patrick Mahomes because he owes Joe Burrow. I feel like the Bengals they done him in the last was it their last regular season game or right before it. It's kind of like they deboed him like you want some more. So I feel like Patrick Mahomes owe him this week, and I feel like the scheme they have defensively would not be able to stop Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce. I got a 38-35 win Chiefs. It's going to be a slugfest, and they're going to light it up. What you got, Donovan?
Well, I got my X factors again this week. So the X factors for my Bengals is offensive line. I mean, Joey got sacked 719 times last week. I mean, they got to do something about that. That's going to be a big X factor in the game. Other X factor for the Bengals is Joey and Chase. Mm-hmm. I mean, can they stop that combo? And then you got Mixon. Can Mixon just be unstoppable running the ball? Because we know the Bengals can run the ball on the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, if they get that combo going, there's no stopping them. Can Cincy defense stop that slow turtle running all over the place? Like, he's so slow and so just ugly. How do you let him run all over the place?
Nixon?
No. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. He's like, oh, you can stop him. He's so slow. He runs like a 5'8", and y'all let him get 30 yards. I mean, come on, guys. Cincy, listen to me. Stop that. Kansas City, the patty to J Swag. I mean, you got to account for 80. You got to account for your boy, 87. I mean, you just can't leave him open. He's your biggest X factor. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Mecole Hardman. But, you got to stop Kelce. You have to. And the Honey Badger, I don't know if he's going to be out this game, if he's going to be out of concussion protocol, but at secondary without him, they're straight dead in the water with that Chase and Joey combo.
So he didn't clear?
I'm not sure. I didn't check. I didn't check. But if he ain't there, Chase is going to be getting chased all night. I got Bengals 38, KC 34.
Ooh, good night.
Upset. Ooh,
my God.
Yeah, man.
Who you got, Ron?
Well, with as much as Joey B got sacked last week, and contrary to him pulling it out, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it again 2 weeks in a row. I like what they got going on, and I think they have a lot of potential for the future. But I just can't see them doing it 2 weeks in a row like that. I believe Kansas City is going to take it just solely based off of the Cincinnati O-line and their pure ineptness. Not to mention the fact that it's difficult to beat a team twice in the same season. I just can't. I'm going to ride with Cincy, and I'm going to pull for Cincy. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Kansas City. I don't know. Score 35-28, but I don't think it'll really be as close. I think it'll be pretty much handily won by Kansas City, and Cincy goes ahead and gets theirs in per se garbage time.
Okay. So they'll pretty much get a couple late, touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's how I feel about it. I feel like the Bengals, they're gonna show up. I don't think it's gonna be like one of those, they're gonna run you off the field. And
no.
I pray it's not like when the Pats played the Bills because I'm going to turn it off. But I feel like the Chiefs, they kind of when they took that loss, what was it, last year? I feel like they're doubted, like, oh, they can't win it and their window is closed. So I feel like they got the most to prove. However, Joe Burrow to me is the most dangerous because everybody's like, oh, he's young, but people forget how young Patrick Mahomes was when he won his first Super Bowl. So, like I said, I think early in this year, I said the next one up that was young that was going to win it, if they had to do it within the first 4 years, was San Diego, because I felt like he had the power and the offense to do it. But now Joe Burrow has jumped in that conversation, and he's in the AFC. That's going to be tough. But my next game, of course, is the 49ers versus the Rams. I like Kyle Shanahan. Like I said, he coaches well. And the fact that he is going to be a deciding factor on offense. However, the Rams will take this game. The Rams will take this game. I said I got the Rams 27-24 for a trip to the Super Bowl. But I feel like the Jimmy G would get most exposed this weekend. And I feel like the Rams are owed another Super Bowl. I feel like they haven't been the same since they lost the first one to Tom Brady. So who you got, Donovan?
Well, let's start with my X factors. So 49ers, I'm gonna go through their X factors. So that defense is dirty. All three of us know that. They adjust, they fight, they have no quit, and we all know defense win championships. That defense is going to be the key to beating this Rams team, which is a high-powered offense, by the way.
Right.
Can they hit Cam Akers? Because we know he's going through that fumble slump. Can they keep hitting him, ripping him, getting the ball back for their offense, giving Jimmy G a chance to win the game? You know what I'm saying? You got to take advantage of that, man. They got to hit Stafford in the mouth when he does those slow, those slow bootlegs, where he bootleg out, throw it to the tight end. They got to, you got to have somebody come out the edge. You got to pop him in the mouth. And they're gonna have to run right at AD. You have to run at AD. Debo is gonna have to get these jet sweeps. He's gonna have to turn them up. He's gonna have to make plays. He can't run at AD, but we gotta get that back. They got to run towards AD to get some yards. But the Rams X factors: Cooper Kupp, stop him, double team him, make OBJ beat you. How hard? Just double team him, make OBJ beat you. We know OBJ is not going to beat you by himself.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not going to do it. So there you go. They're going to have to get Jimmy to be normal Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Because, Jimmy get hit, he just throw the ball up. He just, he throws the ball up. He can't do that against Jalen Ramsey. And, that secondary they have, their ball hawks are going to go get that. But the key X factor for the Rams is Jalen Ramsey wore Yeezys last week, and he got cooked. He better not put them cleats on this week. Debo gonna tear him up. He better not put them on. But I got 49ers 17, the Rams 10.
Oh, he's a winner.
Jeez,
yeah, 49ers 17, Rams 10.
Oh, you got a low scoring game like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And all right, go ahead, Ryan.
No, like that one just, pure.
I hate the Rams, fellas.
I guess so. Wow. I just totally, goodness. No, I think, I don't know. Both the quarterbacks are prone to give it up to you. They've got their equal opportunities. I think Matthew Stafford is clearly the better quarterback. I don't think
10%.
I don't think it's really even close.
Nope.
But with that being said, I still think they're both equally as apt to give it up to you. That, I don't know, that San Francisco front is serious. It's amazing how they how they can win with just 4 for pressure. You're Donovan talking about put 2 on Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can and still get home. No problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe San Francisco is the pick this week.
Ooh.
The more you look at it, it's like maybe they really are. They've got the way the teams they've played through the playoffs have lined up in such a manner that it's just like they're just it's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
So
because didn't they go undefeated against the Rams this year?
They did.
Ooh,
they did.
I forgot
Sure
about
did.
that.
Because it's funny because I was sitting there during the very last game of the year, sitting there like an idiot, pulling for San Francisco because I wanted Dallas to get that 3 seed, not realizing that San Francisco was going to come in and be like, "Oh well, we'll see y'all later." Big old shot. Like, I mean, just so. Yeah, I'm gonna take San Francisco. I think it'll actually be a higher scoring affair than you do.
Okay.
I think it'll be something more like 31-28. San Francisco.
31-20. Okay, that'll be pretty close. Like I said, I like the Rams in this pick, but like I said, it could go either way. Because I forgot about that they went defeated against the 49ers. Like I said, and that Bosa family knows how to get out the quarterbacks. And like I said, they got I keep forgetting that kid's name. He's out of Oregon, and people forget he's out of Oregon because he's 6'8" playing D line. I think it's Amsterdam or Armstead, something like that.
Armstead.
He's a
he got straight.
Oh
yeah, right.
Man,
What a big, huge human.
The fact that he came out of Oregon because it's 2 of them. It's him and the guy that plays for the Colts. They both played on the same team at Oregon, and they played for the 49ers. But when contracts came up, the other guy went to the Colts. But the fact that they moved him inside now, because he's really a defensive end 3-4. But the fact that he's inside now at 6'8", 290, he can move. I'm like, whew. So,
crazy.
If the 49ers win, I don't think it will be because of Jimmy G, of course. And
not a chance.
And I think if the 49ers somehow do win that miracle, I think Kittle will be the biggest part of it. Because I don't really think that the Rams, other than Jalen Ramsey, can cover Kittle. And, we've seen in playoff games, he gets busy.
He's an animal.
Yeah. And, he's going to be, in his home state. It's going to be a nice 75, 76 degrees. He's probably going to come to work with shorts on. So, I think he's going to be in a good mood.
He will be.
That crowd will probably be 50-50 too.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
San Francisco is going to travel.
Okay.
And then, I don't know. I see it being a tight ball game.
Yeah, but I say, I feel like well, let me ask you guys this. So let's say somehow, do you think it'd be a better matchup? Because I feel like, me personally, I feel like the Bengals are not gonna get past the Chiefs. But somehow, let's say if the Chiefs won, do you feel like the Rams would be a better matchup, or the 49ers be a better matchup in the Super Bowl?
For the Chiefs?
Yes.
So you want to know who is a better matchup for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, or just the game in general?
The game in general, like how they match up.
The Rams.
I think. Let's see, Kansas City.
Because I remember, what was it? This was like 45 years ago, maybe. No, it was like 4 years ago when they played each other in the regular season. It was like 53-51. They was lighting it up. And, I would hate to see a Super Bowl like that with no defense, but I feel like it's a potential. If they played each other, it'll be a lot of offense in that game.
I think a high-scoring affair, the better matchup would be the Rams and Kansas City. You would just it'd be a track meet.
Yeah. Okay.
However, I think if you had the 49ers make it and played Kansas City, the best thing to slow down that passing attack is a really solid run game.
Okay.
To burn that clock. and burn that clock. And if you can sit there and control time of possession and limit Patrick Mahomes on the field, like we just talked about with the fact that you gave him 2 minutes to come back into that game. Hell, I only needed 13 seconds. 13 seconds. That's all I needed. Seconds. So if you can sit there and control that clock, I think that, I don't know. I think it's a coin flip.
Okay.
I think it's really a coin flip. I can't give you I hate to ride the fence, but I can't really give you a one way or the other on that, personally.
What about you, D. Davis?
I think it'd be the Rams because they're secondary, man. Yeah, secondary matchup with those receivers. I mean, Jalen, he's gonna have to do something with Tyreek, but if anybody can do it, he can.
I don't think it's gonna. You know what I'm saying? Jalen, he's become a more of a
bread and vomit knows anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a